Arsenal. How much has he surprised you with the way he settled in there?
A lot, if I'm honest. You know, I know he came off the back of last season with West Ham winning a trophy, and you know he talks about that it's so good now, but it can get better. But he's been brilliant. You know, he's come with a massive price tag, and you wouldn't know that the way that he plays. He's the ultimate professional as well. You know, I met him for the first time when he was injured. And I saw him, and I didn't realise how tall he was. He's my size. He's like 6'4".
He's as tall as you?
Yeah.
Wow.
You know, a little bit skinnier.
Yeah. That's all right for you to say.
Yeah, but no, he's had a massive impact, you know, and like what he was talking about there, you know, I think that he's got more going forward than what he has as a holding midfield player.
Yeah.
You know, that when Partey's in there or when Jorginho sits in there for him, we get so much more out of him.
You see, that's one argument or one discussion point is that versatility, as Mikel Arteta talked about, the switch from a 6 to an 8. But it's the required football intelligence to almost transition from one to the other now that Partey's back. And it doesn't look out of place at all.
But you know what? He almost solved Arsenal's problem by doing that, because it was always like at the start of the season, it was Declan Rice, Odegaard, who fills that xhaka role, who left last season. They tried Kai Havertz in there, who had started to do better, but I still think he's better as a false 9. And it was almost like they tried Trossard in there. They've tried a few in there, like Fabio Vieira. But the emergence again of Declan Rice into that 6 is because Thomas Partey's fit. We saw it again, Jorginho coming in and Declan moving in there. It's almost solve that problem. But as you said, they're moving from a 6 to an 8. I always felt he had more to his game than he was showing at West Ham. I know he was maybe restricted with the players that he was playing with, and that's no disrespect to West Ham. They've got some good players, but they're not Arsenal. They're not Martin Odegaard. They're not these type of players. So I think he's been absolutely outstanding. 100 million, you're looking at that and going, that's a lot of money.
Yeah.
I think he's worth more than that.
13 goal involvements in all so far from 35 appearances. Of those 13, 9 have come since the turn of the year.
Yeah.
And just when people were questioning about his output, he's kind of almost put that to bed.
Yeah, and also the pressure's on now, you know, so he's proving that he can do it at that level, you know, because there's a level, and then there's the Arsenal level, and then, you know, international level and all that, and he's doing it under pressure now, you know, and I'm surprised that he admits that he quite likes the assist stats that he's got, you know, rather than the goals. I don't think you would like that, will you?
Nah, goals. Assist didn't really show up on my chart. But you're right, that's something he's added to his game. Because when you're playing as a 6, you don't really look at assists really, because you're protecting the back 4 or back 3. But now at the minute, with him playing that 8, with the attributes that he's got, the energy, the power when he drives forward, the way he can break up possession, he should be looking at more goals and assists.
Yeah, and I know this is a strange question for someone that costs minimum £100 million. But is there potential there to get even better?
I think there is, yeah. You know, I think that his goals can get better, you know, because he is pushing on a lot more. And like what Ben says, you know, the break-up play that he has is amazing. You know, he's tracking back, he's tackling. You know, that's as good as it gets, I think. His goals could get better.
Player of the season, by the way. Should he be in the conversation if Arsenal win it?
Yeah, I mean, if Arsenal win it, then absolutely.
Yeah.
What people will kind of use to beat him with will be the price tag, which I think should be irrelevant, because I know you're paying £100 million because he's very, very good. But if you look at what he's the transition from an Arsenal who finished second last season, who fell away a little bit towards the end of the season, if Arsenal get a job done this season, then he has to be in